Oh boy, okay, so we want to give you first-hand check of the roads. 9 on your side's Jake Ryle joins us now live from the 9 First Warning Live Drive. Where do we find you right now, Jake?
Well, we are on Winton Road right now, heading southbound right now. We actually just crossed over the Ronald Reagan Highway, and I want to give you a look here at the road as you're able to see it. These are what most of the side streets we've seen all across the tri-state are going to look like. You're going to see a lot of slush. Here we are at this median here, this intersection of Winton Road and Galbraith Road, and you see a lot of that slush, but underneath of it, we're also seeing quite a bit of ice. But what we have seen is improvement, and that's really good as the snow has started to taper off. But earlier, we saw lots of cars. They had a lot of issues on these roads, especially on hills. Now, this is on Hamilton Avenue, just north of Northside, if you're able to see this video. In northern Kentucky, lights were out in the cut in the hill. One driver even blew a tire and was stranded on the side of the road. But we had a chance to talk with one Cincinnati man who lived in Minnesota, and he says the biggest issue really isn't the snow.
And the drivers, you have to watch them. Most of the drivers around here don't know how to drive in snow. That's the big problem. That's probably worse than the snow. It's the drivers.
Now, we have seen those drivers taking it actually pretty easy on these roads. We've been all over the tri-state, I-275 east, west, 71, 75 southbound. The conditions on these roads are improving from what we've been able to see on those major roads. It's going to be those secondary roads, though, that are going to take a little bit of time. So we're going to continue to monitor that, and we'll provide updates as soon as we can. But if you do have to be out on the roads, just make sure, give yourself a few extra minutes and take your time out there and give yourself plenty of space. For now, reporting in Live Drive, Jake Ryle, 9 on your side.
Some good advice out there. Thanks, Jake. We continue our team coverage right now in northern Kentucky. Our team drove around the area this evening and found the snow falling pretty much all over. 9 on your side's Ashley Zilka joins us live in Covington with a check of the conditions there. Ashley?
Craig, the snow has stopped here, but it is definitely cold and it is definitely windy, and roads conditions may be an issue. Here's why. We're in Covington, like you said, in West 5th Street. This is a main street. It's definitely been plowed. But then if you look down here over here, actually called Craig Street, it's a side street and it hasn't been touched. Wind, freezing rain, and snow for hours. DeVille Park was hit hard by the storm. Plow trucks drove by, but the snow kept coming down. It took us more than a half hour to drive safely out of the park because our live truck kept sliding in the snow. While it was chaos for some over in Newport, families took advantage of the weather.
Went inside, ate a little bit of dinner, and we come back out and he's dying to get out in the snow, so here we are.
We've been waiting for this snow, all that rain, and we just knew we were going to come have some fun tonight. We come out to build a snowman, but the snow's not sticky.
Back in Covington, it's not your typical Friday night at Main Strasse Village. The bars are open, but most people stayed home. Now, I mentioned DeVille Park. When we were there, it was a ghost town, which it should have been because it was really bad out there, except for maybe a few very brave runners. But everyone knows DeVille Park is a very popular place for sled riding. I talked to several families, and you can bet they will all be out there tomorrow afternoon. Reporting live, Ashley Zilka, 9 on your side.